Come on in, welcome to my home. Let's talk about your pantry. Now, before you rush out and buy all sorts of things that the latest article told you that you need to have in your pantry, stop. Stop right there. Because, are they the things you need in your pantry? Maybe. Maybe not. You might not cook like that. I've read all sorts of articles that tell me that I need to have 5 different kinds of beans, cans of green beans, cans of corn, rice, lentils, those sort of things. But I don't like lentils. In fact, none of us over here, my mom nor I myself, like lentils. So she doesn't have lentils in her pantry, I don't have lentils in my pantry, and is that okay? Yeah. Yeah, it is. The first thing I would tell you before you ever go out and decide to stock up your pantry is keep a food diary. Think about that way you can look at the things and think about the stuff which you are actually eating, not the stuff which people tell you you should be eating, so that way you aren't buying stuff that you are never going to touch. Then the next part is, think about how long those things actually last. Does the item that you are buying last for a year if you're going to end up keeping it for a year, or does it only last 2 weeks but you're going to end up keeping it for a year? That could be a problem. That could be a big problem. When I try to set up my pantry, which right now my pantry is an absolute nightmare because I have another video coming out sometime soon about my pantry. The thing about this is to remember that you need to have in there what you're actually going to use, and I know you're going to hate to hear these words, but if you're not going to use it, get rid of it. Do I mean throw it away? No, I really don't. If it is an unopened, still within the use by date, you can donate it to a food pantry. If it is open, you can see if you can find somebody who wants that item or those sort of things. Or, you're going to have to figure out a different way, because I do not think food pantries will take non-perishable items that have been open. And what I mean by that is I mean like bags of rice, bags of beans, those sort of things. And you also have to think about, are you going to keep the things? I have still a canister of the 15 bean soup mix that I made. I think it's been 3 years ago that I made that video. It made a lot of beans. It was 15 pounds of beans. We gave away a ton of it, and yet we still have some. So we don't eat a lot of beans. We don't eat a lot of soup mix. But we do need to have a pantry that is nicely stocked, so that way if you can't buy something, which, yes, I've been having that problem trying to get all the stuff that I need for my house and what I need to cook, yeah, you have all that stuff. But before you follow anyone's advice on what you need to have in your pantry, you need to know what you actually use. So don't worry about what somebody tells you you should have. Worry about what your life tells you that you should have. How about you? What is your pantry like? Is your pantry set up with the things that you actually use, or is your pantry set up with things that you are never going to use but you're going to hold on to it because, it's cost a lot of money? Don't do that. Let the stuff go, even if it costs a lot of money that you are never going to use, and only keep the stuff that you are actually going to use and that you're actually going to use in a reasonable amount of time before it expires. And that's the big thing. Make sure that you're going to actually use it within a reasonable amount of time before it expires. Well, let me know what you think about that down in the comments, and I hope I get to see you the next time you stop by.